What's up guys, Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we're back with another episode with perhaps one of the most, if not the most aesthetic bodybuilder of all time. A guy that I grew up and I looked at this guy and I was like, that's what I want to look like. And that's Richard Jones. He wasn't on the scene long. That was the shame. Like, he was just had so much potential and he looked so damn good physique-wise. So Richard Jones, a little bit of history on him. 2002 is when the first recorded comps of him is in musclememory.com, and he did the Los Angeles Championships. He won the overall there. In 2003, he went on to compete in the USA's. He won there in the light heavyweight and won the overall. And then in 2004, he made his competitive pro debut, and his debut show was the Night of Champions, which is now the New York Pro. He placed third there, and back then, top 3 would actually qualify you for Mr Olympia because there's less shows. A lot of guys doing the same shows and stuff, so top 3 would qualify you. And he qualified, and he went on to compete in the Olympia. And I remember watching him on the Battle for the Olympia DVD for 2004, and I just, I could watch these guys train for hours on there, and I'm just like, damn, he looks awesome. And he finished equal last, I believe. It says 18th here in Mr Olympia. But in that Night of Champions, just so you guys know that it wasn't just an easy qualification, Melvin Anthony won that show, Darren Charles in second. He came obviously third. Ahmed Haidar, who was known as Abzilla, he came in fourth. Pavel Jablabanicki, I don't know how to pronounce his last name properly, never known. George Farrer in sixth, Craig Richardson in seventh, Branch Warren in eighth back then, Art Atwood in ninth, Tony Freeman in 10th, Quincy Taylor in 11th, Michael Morris for 12th, then you got like Ronnie Raquel down in 14th, Nasser El Somebody, who is known as an uncrowned Mr Olympia, he was down in 15th, but that was when his career was basically over, Rodney St Cloud and Hiko Kalbach. So some really damn good competitors in there, obviously not all of them at their peak, but it's pretty cool to look back at that show anyway. But Richard Jones, back to him, something about his physique, like just the way everything inserted. He drew a lot of comparisons to Sean Ray, which I can really see. Like when you see these comparisons, you look at and go, damn, they've got similar physiques, similar shapes. I think maybe the shape of his quads are actually a bit nicer than Sean Ray's. Sean Ray's are very heavy down the bottom around the medialis, and they sort of a little bit more like tree trunky, and Richard Jones more has that sweep on them. But overall, they both look pretty damn similar. And Richard Jones, I believe, is a little bit taller than Sean Ray as well. It says he's 5'7", so Sean Ray, I think he's about more like 5'5", 5'6". So, yeah, Richard Jones, I mean, he looks, to be honest, like, he looks actually like a little bit better than Sean Ray in these photos, and it makes you wonder, like, back then everyone says, oh, Sean Ray would do really well now in the Olympia, but would he? It's like, size-wise, it's sort of hard to say. So, a lot of these guys back then may say, oh, they weighed high 190s, pounds, and today, I don't think there's anyone on the Olympia stage that's under 200 pounds, that's for sure. At least not in the open anyway. And I don't think there's anyone in the 212 that's under 200 pounds that could contend with the open guys. So it'd be interesting to see if Sean Ray was on a stage now, but Richard Jones, I'd love it if he made a comeback. But he did, in fact, make comebacks. He made a comeback in 2009, where he competed in the Pittsburgh Pro, and it was in the, I don't know if it was the 202 or 212 or what it was at that point. I believe it was 202 or 210. And he placed ninth there, and he just didn't look great, as you can see here. And it was a disappointing comeback. But then in 2013, he was slated to make a comeback because he basically put up a thing on Facebook saying, I'm excited to announce that my training officially starts this week. I'm working my way back to the pro stage. I'm equally as excited about the mindset and the effort I'm going to put into this. My goal is to be better than I have ever been, and I'm going to dedicate these efforts to my late mother who passed away a few weeks ago. Let the fun begin. So he was slated that he's going to make a comeback, but it makes me wonder, could he make a comeback now? Because now he's a little bit older, but the classic physique division is there for him. And I don't think he would have been one of these guys that weighed a huge amount. In his bio here on Muscle Memory, it says he's 198 pounds at 5'7". So I don't know what the cutoff is, but it might be around 190. He could easily get down to that and make it. So it'd be cool if Richard Jones made a comeback. And I'd love to know what he's doing these days. If you guys know what Richard Jones is doing, put it down in the comments or send me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, because I'd really appreciate that. And it would be super cool to try to tee up an interview with this dude, because you haven't really heard much from him for quite a while, or I haven't anyway. I actually looked to try to find him on Instagram and I couldn't find him. He used to be Mr USA 2003. That's gone now. I clicked on it and he's either changed his username or deleted Instagram. So he's a bit harder to find these days. But what do you guys think? Is he the most aesthetic bodybuilder of all time? Is he your idea of aesthetics, or is it more of the old school Frank Zane and Arnold look? Let me know in the comments, guys, and have your opinion. But if you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. That's the most important thing, to get those subscriptions up. And I really appreciate it, guys. But that's it for another episode of Desktop Bodybuilding. For Xavier Wills and Desktop Bodybuilding, we are out.